Good afternoon and welcome to GUTV's GEL Weekend Special. My name's Dan Garrity. I'm the director of the Broadcast Studies program here at Gonzaga. Wish you could be here live. It's an absolutely gorgeous day in Spokane. But then every day is a gorgeous day in Spokane, isn't it? Our job here is to share a GEL GUTV tradition with you. That is, we put on a show designed to help you understand who we are and what we're about. But this show comes with a twist. I want to introduce you to Katie Carl. She's the executive producer of this show. As you know, we believe in experiential learning at GUTV.
Thank you, Dan. Usually these shows are put on by our advanced class, but today we have our GEL students here and they are putting on this show for you. So let's take a look and see what we got. In the studio, we have our anchor number 1 is Ashley Cito from Kenmore, Washington. Our other anchor is Daniel Marcantuono from Portland, Oregon. Over at weather, who's going to show us the beautiful Spokane weather that Dan was talking about, we have Nash Thompson from Kennewick, Washington. Interviewing today at our interview set, we have Rory Langren from Astoria, Oregon. And also, we have our camera operators today. Over on camera 1 is Kaylee Lawler from Kirkland, Washington. Camera 2 is Kiana James from Portland, Oregon. And camera 3 is Morgan Schreerer from Chino Hills, California, also around my area. So also we have our production control room that is also organized by our GEL students. So over on audio, we have 2 GEL students, Elizabeth Rice from Redmond, Washington, and Nicholas Tomoyasu from Pasadena, California, my hometown. And on TD, or our technical director, we have Dylan Goss Carpenter from Santa Rosa, California. Producing over here with Reed, we have Trevor Bond from Redmond, Washington. Graphics working with Nick is Alexa Robinson from Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, we also have 2 students in the Tweet Suite who are going to bring to you what our alumni and current students are saying. So, our social media is Jacob Dizzen from Chula Vista, California. And clicking away at the computer for him in the Tweet Suite is James Bracco from Redwood City, California. Now, we know that some students can't be here with us today, so we ask for those of you who are away, if you have any questions at all, to tweet us at @GUTVZags, and we'll get those answers to you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Katie. This show doesn't have to be perfect in order for something perfectly wonderful to happen. We expect to see out of these GEL students the same kind of character traits that we expect out of anybody who comes to GUTV. That is, courage under pressure and faith in the rest of the crew, knowing that they have your back. One other way to contact us today, we've got Bree with the back channel. Brianna Vasquez is from the Los Angeles area, and she is a freshman in our beginning class, but you are going to be helping us out with Facebook during the show.
Yes, so we have a Facebook page, GUTV GEL Weekend, so go on Facebook, like our page, and there's a live stream up. Click on the live stream and you can comment, and we'll see your comments, and we'll get back to you on the live stream. Thank you.
We couldn't do anything without our boy Josh Boshi back here, our chief engineer, who's come in donating his time as well. Thank you, Brother Josh, for being here. And now it is time to get on with the show. The last person I want to introduce you to, Kennedy Mcgann from the Seattle area, a junior broadcasting major. She is the director of this experience. K-Mac, God bless you. Good luck. The show is yours.
All right. So ready, clips? And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take it.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the GUTV GEL Weekend Special. I'm Ashley Cito from Inglemoor High School in Kenmore, Washington.
And I'm Daniel Marcantuono from Portland, Oregon. Thank you for joining us today.
GEL stands for Gonzaga Experience Live, and it is time for us high school seniors to get our first glimpse of what it means to be a Zag.
We each have a current Gonzaga student host who guides us through various activities all weekend long.
For those of us interested in integrated media, this is our academic session.
As you can see from this show, The Gonzaga broadcasting program here at GU is extremely hands-on. GUTV's Veronica Murray talked to some current students about how their time in the program has made them well-rounded and engaged.
Broadcasting combines creativity and academic rigor that produces an experience unlike any others on Gonzaga's campus.
Every time I walk into a broadcasting class, I'm doing something. I learn something new every time, and it's not just us sitting being lectured at. It's engaging because first day of class in my first actual broadcasting class, we learned how to use the cameras. And we're always on our feet doing new things, and I'm always a little nervous walking into class, or as Dan would say, energized. And that's a good feeling. I like that. That means I care about what I'm doing.
With alumni in over 20 states, GUTV has connections all over the country.
I could use one word to describe the broadcasting major and facility. Proactive, because you're always thinking ahead and always thinking forward to not just the fact that you're being taught and not just the academic side of it, like many of the majors at Gonzaga, but that you're looking forward to a career and you're working in the same way you would in a career. There's no cushions, there's nothing helping you that wouldn't help you in a career.
Veronica Murray, GUTV.
We sure have experienced the broadcasting program firsthand today, and hopefully you have a better understanding of what really goes on as a GUTV student.
Let's keep the hands-on experience going as we throw it over to Nash Thompson from Mcgann High School in Kennewick, Washington, who has the Spokane weather forecast.
All right. Hi, Mom. How you doing? All right. So I'm not from Spokane, but here's the weather here. Yeah, that's tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, that one. That's gonna be 72. Then Monday it's 77, Tuesday 77, Wednesday 74, and then get a little chillier with 73 over there on Thursday. Gonna be a little more cloudy. It's okay though. Get outside, enjoy it. All right. Back to you.
Thanks, Nash. Coming up after the break, we'll get to know a GUTV alum who has reconnected in a special way with one of our current seniors.
We'll also check in with Jacob Dizon in the Tweet Suite to hear from some of our current students and alumni.
You're watching the GEL Weekend Special on GUTV.
Go Zags! Go Zags! Go Zags! Go Zags! Go Zags!
Go Zags!
Go Zags!
Until next time, I'm Greg Talbot. Go Zags!
Go Zags! Go Zags!
At GUTV, producing a television show is a lot like coaching a basketball game. Like, for instance, we also have a guy with a man bun we put in when things are looking good for us.
And just like that, Gonzaga is headed back to another Sweet 16.
This is a really good show. How much time we got left?
30.
We're going to send in 55.
I'm Scott Weller. Thank you for watching GUTV.
Let's go! Clear!
Okay, class, you have 60 minutes, and it's 240 points.
Hello, and welcome back to GUTV Gel Weekend Special. I'm Jacob Dizon reporting from Eastlake High School, Chula Vista, California. This program is brought to you by Gel Weekend students who are experiencing what it's like to be a Zag. Right now, I'm in the Opila Tweet Suite, and this is a product brought by many generous donors who have spent their time and money contributing to this great program. The Opila Tweet Suite likes to engage with current students and current alumni and like to figure out what they like about Gonzaga. We asked them why they chose Gonzaga, and here are some of their responses. Current senior Erin Robinson said that she chose Gonzaga for the genuine students and faculty who encourage everyone to be their best selves. That's great, because at Gonzaga you know that there's a community who will keep on encouraging you to be the best that you can. Also, current senior Taylor Horney said that Gonzaga has great positive energy about it that inspires her to try new things without fear or failure. And that's very important, because although we know that college can definitely be challenging, it is important that they have the support and help that they need to keep on going. And lastly, former Gonzaga student and current member of the Spokane Society, Colin McQuilkin, said that the community is amazing. Zags love Zags, and it doesn't change once they become alumni. And that's amazing to know that throughout your life, if you go to Gonzaga, you'll have that same experience throughout your time, knowing that there's a great number of people and friends who you will have in the community. And lastly, I'd just like to say that because I am a committed student to Gonzaga, I chose this school because of the amazing sports atmosphere and great community where I can meet new friends and meet new people who have the same interest in me. And that's really great, because it'll really make me encouraged to come to Gonzaga this fall. Now back to the studio with some more.
Hello, I'm Rory Loughran from Astoria High School in Oregon. GUTV has a vast network of alumni who continue to pursue their passion professionally. This special GUTV alumni is the producer in a number 9 market. She reflects on how her time at GUTV allows her to succeed at the highest level.
I never would have thought that little tiny GUTV would have grown to what it is today and would have created so many talented students and so many talented journalists who have really taken over the media world, not only at the local news level and in smaller markets, but at the network level and in top 10 markets.
Anna Maria's experience with the broadcasting program here at Gonzaga has led her to a job in Washington, D.C., working for a top 10 market, allowing her access to some of the most impactful events our nation's capital has to offer.
The coolest thing that I have gotten to witness so far was Pope Francis's visit to Washington, D.C. It was one of the most surreal experiences of my life, and one of the most incredible things to cover as a journalist, and especially as a young Catholic woman. To see everyone run out of their homes and run out of their apartment buildings just to catch a glimpse of him was really truly moving. And to know that the ties of Gonzaga are linked so closely with the ties of the Vatican right now under Pope Francis is really an incredible honor, and something that really makes you think about your faith and about your experience at the university.
While Anna Maria found purposeful Jesuit values at Gonzaga, she also experienced an incredible bond with her fellow GUTV classmates.
GUTV is a family. Dan will tell you, students from the past will tell you, this is your squad, for a lack of a better term.
Staying connected with Dan Garrity, the director of Gonzaga's broadcasting program, allowed for the opportunity to connect GUTV senior Caroline Rourke with Anna Maria this past fall.
And it was so cool to be able to take a student on a tour of my newsroom and say, you know, this is what's out there. You kind of box yourself in a little bit at GUTV and you're so focused, but what you're learning right now is what you're going to be doing in the real world. We're winning Emmys, we're winning Moreaus, and GUTV is really truly the reason that any of us are this successful.
Kennedy Mcgann, GUTV.
Anna Maria is a great example of this program because not only has she experienced tremendous success, but she also continues to care for current students. Joining me now is a student that she connected with, GUTV senior Caroline Roik. Thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely, Rory. It's great to be here.
So tell me a little bit about what it was like to connect with a GUTV alum in Washington, D.C.
It was really incredible. I went over to D.C. To look around. I've always wanted to go back over to the East Coast after I graduated, and I didn't really know anybody over there. And Dan, actually, I mentioned to him that I wanted to go to D.C., and he said, I've got the girl, you have to talk to her. And so I got to know her. We got to look around her station. It's bigger than any station I've ever seen, and just so exciting. I mean, the pace, the movement, everybody working together at such high speeds, it really just gets your heart racing. And it was incredible to just sit down and talk with her about, what it's like to try to get a job after you graduate in a broadcasting professional business. And it was really helpful for me as, early on in my senior year to really kind of get a sense of, okay, here are some things I should be thinking about. Here are some steps I should be taking as I start to go really dig into the job process. So yeah, it was and she's so fun. Oh my goodness, I just had such a good time with her. It was a blast and a half.
Awesome. So from these discussions, what does it seem GUTV means to her?
What does GUTV mean to her? The same thing I think it means to all of us. It's family. I mean, I cannot reiterate that enough for you guys and everybody, all the GEL students here today. GUTV is an incredible place to learn. I remember my freshman year from, my first day of class to right now, almost being done with it. Just the feeling you get when you walk into a classroom, like Rachel said in that video we saw earlier, you're always doing something. You are always walking in and you are manning a camera, or you're on the desk, or you're directing, or you're producing. You're always doing something. It's a really satisfying feeling to learn something and then put it into action right there, right away. And to do it with a group of people who genuinely care about the same objective and are working with you and for you together to create something meaningful. It's really, really important. It's a really good feeling to be able to do that and to, say my group and I, we put this together to look at it, to watch it later and just say, we made that. We created something in a classroom setting with my classmates and my friends and my family. And especially when you get into some of the later classes where you're, up the wee hours of the night slaving over computer editing and just thinking, oh my gosh, I need to get this project done. Then you really, really, really cherish those friendships that you make. Some of my best friends in the world I made through the classes at GUTV, and I am just so grateful for that.
Very cool. So what advice did she give you, and what advice do you think she would give to us students that are coming into this broadcasting program?
So one of the best pieces of advice that she gave me was that when you are looking for jobs or when you are asking people for help, don't be afraid to really ask them. So one of the biggest things that I struggle with is just feeling like a nuisance, they're in the professional world, they're busy, they're working, they don't want to listen to some college senior who's struggling to get underway. No, they really do. And she said that. She said, ask us for help. Send me stuff that you want me to read, stuff that you've written, or send me your packages, or send me your reel. Talk to me, ask any questions you have. And I think that that's something that's really important for everybody, that people who are out there, especially, oh my gosh, Gonzaga University itself has an incredible network of alums, but especially GUTV. And you see that every show we do, people are tweeting in who have gone through the program, or bracketology, our March Madness program. Oh my goodness, the participation that we have from alumni is really incredible. And so the best piece of advice that Anna Maria gave me was, yes, to connect with those alumni, to not be afraid to say, hi, I'm considering moving to this area. Hi, I don't know what I should be doing to become a producer or to become an anchor. Can you help me? Can you watch my show? Can you tell me what I should work on? And that's where some of my best, I think, advice on my own performance in a broadcasting setting has come from, people watching the show and saying, hey, try this next time, or hey, that's really good, improve that, or enhance it. So I think that's advice that she would give to all of us as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you and learning more about your GUTV journey and perhaps the path that lies before some of us here today.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Thank you. Back over to Ashley.
Thanks, Rory. Next Sunday, April 24th, GUTV will be partnering with the Gonzaga Student Body Association to present the first annual Professor Basketball Game. GUTV will work with the local sports network SWX to cover the event live. To watch, tune in to watchgutv.com at 6 p.m. next Sunday. Thanks for watching the Gel Weekend Special. Have a great night and go Zags!
Wow, excellent job, excellent job. I'm so impressed with those gel babies. They really, really did exactly what we wanted them to. They only had about 10 minutes to prepare for this thing. I think they did a really, really good job. No GUTV gel baby student will leave empty-handed. We've got a little flash drive for every one of the people here. It's loaded up with some exemplary shows. A couple of them are the Emmy-nominated shows that you might have heard about. And if you would like something like this, send me an email, garrity@gonzaga.edu. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions as well. But right now, let's talk to some of these impressive high school seniors about the experience. Alexa, who's from my hometown, went to Xavier. Yay, I'm glad you're here. What do you want to know about our program, Alexa?
I was wondering what some of your journalism students have done after graduating.
We've got a lot of people in broadcast television. We've got like 4 reporters in the top 5 markets in the country. We have an executive producer who is in a top 10 market in Houston, Texas. Anna Maria DiPietro, you saw, is a producer in Washington, D.C. Interestingly enough, though, not everybody goes into broadcast television. In fact, jobs in that area are kind of contracting, so we've really had to amend the way our program works, and we're branching out into the field of creative services and documentaries. Sarah Menzies, who graduated a couple years ago, is doing an incredible job with a documentary about women's empowerment in Afghanistan. We have many, many people who own their own production companies, and as the field of communications and the digital narrative expands, we're changing our curriculum as well. Go figure, a Xavier student would have such an intelligent question like that. Where's Jacob? Get over here. Jacob was in the Opila suite, had no preparation, no teleprompter. My brother, I think you rocked it. Tell me about your dream as far as broadcasting goes.
I would like to broadcast in the Spokane community first, and I'd like to kind of just gain some experience knowing what it's like to be in such a great environment of broadcasting and journalism, not journalism, but but writing and
I'll journalize you real good.
All right. Well, yeah, I really would like to learn in the communication field and get a feel for what it's like to be in this kind of program.
Excellent. Be prepared. When you come to GUTV, we don't have specialists here. Everybody is a generalist. So you become a pretty good writer, a pretty good director, a pretty good camera operator, a pretty good editor, a pretty good producer, a pretty good performer, everything. I want you to have a real big target to shoot at when you graduate and you actually are looking for a job, because after you graduate in 4 years, I want you to be an alum who donates back to the program. Really, really good job. I sure appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Does anybody else have any questions? How about what was the experience like for you out there on the anchor desk? You've never done live television before, right?
It was really fun. It was fun to get involved and just jump right in there, and I don't know, it was a very new experience. I liked it a lot though.
Any questions about our program?
What are some of the internships that you guys
Really, really good question. Internships are not required in our major, but highly recommended, and they're not required because they're very, very competitive. So a lot of people go to the local television stations here, but we're lucky that we have good relationships with some of the creative services post-production types. We've got an entity here called North by Northwest that actually makes films, and we're now starting to send more interns there. Lots of post-production shops, and we're very, very proud that a lot of our interns actually get hired after their graduation date. Good question. Because, I don't want to make it sound like this is a tech school or anything like that, and after you graduate from GUTV, you turn over your diploma and it says, hand this in for a free job. But The real deal is we expect you to learn what your God-given gifts are and then make a difference with them in the professional world. That's the best way, I think, to affect positive change. So everything about the experience you'll see here has you live up to a professional standard. If we see some kinds of behaviors that would indicate that might get you fired or not even hired in the first place, a course correction is necessary. But blessedly, a great many of our graduates are getting jobs. A great many of our graduates are going into leadership positions, and now they're starting to hire the people who come out of the program as well. So once again, if you have any questions, please email me, garrity@gonzaga.edu. Follow me on Twitter. Yes, I'm cool enough to have literally dozens of followers on Twitter, @GUProfDan. And thank you so much for your time, and thank you guys for your courage. Have a great rest of the GEL weekend in beautiful Spokane. I would drop this, but it's too expensive.